Hey everybody, so today's quick little job is for a good customer, Tank Masters Environmental. They're right here in Florida. So they just had this machine at their local Kubota dealer and they asked for new shanks and they got new bolts. The problems with just new bolts and having play on the teeth on the shank like this, the design of the shank really is what gives good fitment to the tooth. So as long as the shank is undamaged and the tooth slides over the shank, the profile of the shank inside of that tooth actually creates like a really snug fit, and then the point of the roll pin or bolt to retain the tooth is just basically for shear strength on that pin or bolt, and it's just so the tooth doesn't slide off. But the shank is tapered and the inside of the tooth is tapered, and like I said, if everything is in a good working order, there would be no side to side play or up and down play, because otherwise all that energy is going to get transferred onto that bolt. It's going to make the bolt stretch or snap, and within a few minutes the customer is going to lose the tooth and possibly damage the shank more. So what they want me to do today, since they're waiting for the shanks to come in, they want me just to clean this up, weld these teeth onto these shanks, just to get them by for a few days until the shanks come in. All right, so I'm gonna prep this up a little bit, preheat the teeth and the shanks, and I'm gonna just weld it on with some 7018 1/8" electrodes today. Probably gonna be burning around 122 amps in electrode positive. I'm gonna move the bucket out from the boom a little bit just so I don't have to work right against the dozer blade. Wire wheel, preheat, tack everything in place, and then once I get a lot of these welds flat, then I'll move the machine around and just to make it where it's more of like a flat position than overhead or vertical, just to make it go a little bit quicker. All right? Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Now that I got most of the crud wire wheeled up out of the way, I'm going to set up my ground clamp. I'm going to preheat, drag out my leads, I'll get my stinger ready. I got some 1/8" 7018 electrodes that I'm going to be using to burn these two together. handle's gonna be my way, so I'm just gonna flip that around. Lucy! Damn visitors. I'll try and do it left-handed in this angle just so you can hopefully see. is filled in pretty good. This is going to need some filling. That's filled in pretty good. That's going to need some filling. That's going to need some filling. And then these are going to have to get filled in too. They were worn pretty bad. Ooh, sorry. You want to not do that. Your eyes will appreciate it. Whew. gonna curl it back down flat, finish off the top, and we'll see how it looks. So the slag is still glowing. Basically, once that material, the weld cools down and it's not glowing anymore, that weld is as protected as it can be, and then it'd be a good idea to remove the slag. If you just got done welding and that slag is still really glowing, if it's anything that actually means anything as far as strength for the weld, don't remove the slag yet, because otherwise you're going to expose it to the atmospheric gases and stuff, and it's just not good practice to do it, so don't. Let's see what we got going on over here for some welds. This is probably going to be good for digging into dirt. Thanks for watching another episode of The Shop Incorporated on YouTube. Please subscribe.